pivot to Southeast Asia, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia.
And the first thing I'm going to do, I'll start with Truman. If you could introduce yourself, your company.
Pretty much, our company is called K36. It's a B2B platform provider, and we have a majority operator as client, and fitting this topic as well. So I can share a bit of data and to everyone.
Right. And Bhavesh?
Hi, my name is Bhavesh. I'm an operator. I've been in the industry for 15 years plus. I started off as an affiliate, now I'm an operator. And yeah, that's it.
So hi, I'm Hannah. I'm an operator. So we're handling Indonesian Indian market. That's it.
Hi, Peter Williams. I'm head of Asia Pacific for Continent A Technologies. We're a service provider to the gaming sector exclusively almost for this last 25 years, operating in all the jurisdictions you can imagine. And that picture was taken 16 years ago, so I do apologize.
No, come on.
Got a bit grayer since. Thank you.
I think we'll start with Truman. As a turnkey company, what is the potential for Southeast Asia?
So I like to jump in from economy way to discuss about this point, right? So first of all, it's a very honor to be here with all of you and to share this kind of topic with all of you guys. And if we do from the economy way, it's actually easy just by comparing to European market. So pretty much, if we're looking at the GDP, which in the economy way, we can see that in Southeast Asia market right now currently in average have the amount of GDP is 1/6 of Europe. But at the same time, we have 10 times fast growing rate to the Europe as well. So that means you can enter to this market with lower cost and benefit from the long run. That's pretty much what's going on now. And in terms of the population structure, we can see in the demographic structures, if we see the pattern for Vietnam, Thailand, and Malaysia, the pattern is always like a diamond shape, which the longest part, we have 35 years age, which the young adult which has the most majority, and very few amount of people in senior age, few amount of people in the newborn. That means, as a young adult, he doesn't need to have spent his money to support his family that much for the senior age and for his child, right? That means he has, as a player or consumer, he has more money to spend for entertainment, for iGaming as well. So this is why we can see at this market, the economy and the business can be booming at this period of time. In another hand, for Indonesia, it's different. If we're looking at the demographic structure, the pattern is like a triangle. So we will see the young adult. At the same time, there's a lot of newborn. So if we're looking for a business in the long-term relationship, right, in the long run for 20 years or 30 years, I would say Indonesia will be a better choice for you that can sustain. That's what I thought. So back to the point, for the casino, live casino trend, we can share a bit about our client, which the operator, that we've seen in the past 6 months. Pretty much every single month, that GGR is grow for 30% every month. That's huge. That's a very huge number, and it's true fact. And we'll also see in the amount of turnover, 90% of the turnover, or 60 to 90% of the turnover are in live casino. And in the live casino, 90% of the turnover amount is in the baccarat. Very few of them is in the blackjack. Very few of them is in the roulette. And the player is very picky. They only pick for the agent dealer. So that's why a lot of operators is trying to build their own live studio right now. That's going on the market right now. But the players will also pick for European brand for the roulette because they have a lot of fancy technology. A lot of cameras shooting to the table, and you can see the camera can zoom in and zoom out. It feels more exciting to play. That's not something we can explain in the land-based casino. And also we see a lot of technology, like a player can play a live casino simultaneously in different tables. That's not something we can achieve in the land-based as well. So I think we've come to a time that sometimes the digital world is much better than the real world right now. And with this young adult and new generation of the player, and we can penetrate with technology and mobile phone. There's something more we can do. So I'm be very happy and positive, looking forward for South Asia market in the future.
Truman, thank you.
Thank you.
You mentioned marketing there and Indonesia. And Hannah, you have experience with marketing
Yeah, right
in
now
the
I'm
Indonesian market.
right now I'm handling both B2B and B2C. So we're an operator at the same time. We're like a white label provider. So we're having 236 white labels. So with different, owners and operators. And Indonesia right now is like really doing good. Before it was India, but right now it is the market that is not congested. Yeah, because it's really hard to get into the market if you don't know the market.
Yeah. Bhavesh, you're also marketing in a number of Southeast Asian. Are there marketing trends in the markets where you're at?
Well, sorry. Yes, at the moment, the market trends for each country that we operate in is always very different. Certain campaigns would work for certain markets. Obviously, India is cricket and that, whereas like Malaysia, Thailand, it's more on live casino and slots. Vietnam is on football, and but an overall trend would be more about, at the moment that we have noticed, is what I was just speaking earlier, player retention and also gamification. So I believe if an operator wants to stand out from the other, like not Indonesia, so like India, where it's very, very saturated, like Thailand, it is super flooded. I think gamification can actually distinguish a certain operator from another. It used to be bonuses, who was the most generous bonuses, but now I think it's more like I was mentioning earlier in my panel, daily tasks, gamification. That is what would actually be helping, and the marketing trend would be to be promoting this sort of new features.
Amongst the exhibitors here, we're now seeing a lot more gamification.
That's right.
For marketing, and we're seeing that trend already here for the Southeast Asian market. I mean, another trend, and I think, globally security is a big problem. Are we seeing trends in security and protection, Peter, over what would happen globally in Southeast Asia?
Unfortunately, it's hard to get specifically accurate trends for cybersecurity, the effects of cybersecurity, but it's not a good advertisement for a company to advertise that you were attacked and you had client data breached or whatever. But what I can do is give you some trends that we see from our perspective. So just as a reminder, we service, almost 100% exclusively online gaming companies globally. So I can tell you what we are seeing firsthand, and specifically here in Southeast Asia. The threats have changed. So we will have all remembered DDoS attacks, and it's a buzzword in the gaming industry. It's the least of our problems now. They're just volumetric and overwhelm your resources. We're obviously seeing phishing and malware now, which are, huge threats. And any endpoint, it could be your iPhone that faces the internet with any kind of corporate data on there, or, corporate network access is an exposed point to the network. But to give you an example of what we've seen, in the quarter ending to June 30, because, we have these stats produced instantly and automated, we mitigated for a combined duration of 15,600 hours just in the 3 months to June 30, all right? So to equate that, that's 650 days of concurrent mitigation that our mitigation systems were running. Or put another way, we were dealing with 7 concurrent DDoS attacks at any given time. Okay. Now, in terms of the cost, we have a global figure rather than a local figure for Asia, or rather than a specific figure for the gaming industry. But if we look back to 2018, the cost to companies for, the awareness of what we knew in terms of cyber breaches was $30 billion. That's projected to be 150 billion by the end of 2025. So, obviously you don't want to be in that 150 billion, because, while a company like, a retail store or something can recover from this, an online gaming company can't, because your clients are going to go elsewhere. And so really, I guess, what I'd like to take this chance to is to kind of advise rather than anything else. So the threats are getting far more complex, right? Every gaming company is integrated into a content provider, affiliate marketing company, a payment processor, right? So you've got all these API integrations. This is where we're seeing the highest level of attacks now, on the API integrations. And the reason that they're targeting the API integrations is that, you take the largest gaming platform with hundreds of cybersecurity staff and all the necessary people to deal with these things. The problem is the little payment processing company or the affiliate marketing company is not so secure. So they'll go in that way, and always it's a way into your network. So the challenges that are being faced, first of all, is to attract and retain, effective cybersecurity staff internally. And that is the biggest problem. But maybe, what I would suggest for any company, rather than me try and go into detail about explaining all the complexities of what you can do, even if you have white teeth, perfectly straight white teeth, you still go to the dentist every 6 months and you have a checkup, right? So what we're seeing a huge demand for now, particularly here in the Philippines, and it's funny, it's no longer confined to gaming. We're working with Philippine National Bank and Jollibee Corporation here at the moment, and it's because we have gained the kind of experience needed in the highly volatile and targeted industry, which is online gaming. So my advice would be to try and look into a vulnerability and penetration test, or a pen test for short, same as a checkup going to a dentist. We will check every aspect of access into your systems and your network, show you where your vulnerabilities are, and advise of remediation and action. Ideally, you'll outsource all your security requirements to us as the outcome. But, that's something, VAPTs or pen tests, everybody should be doing these minimum once a year for their companies.
Thanks, Peter.
Sorry, Joe, I'd like to just a quick note. Please, what he has just said, take it to heart. Me as an operator, we have really been attacked this year, and I'm not joking. We have been DDoSed, we have been spam registration, SMSs, and it's been costing us a lot of money. So all operators out there, find him, get help.
I love this guy.
You really need it. Now that all this DDoS is getting cheaper, there are even more DDoS farms or something like that in China. I've seen the photos, it's crazy. So yeah, protect your website. If not, you're going to lose players, you're going to lose deposits, and you're going to lose your job. Simple as that.
Could you put it better myself?
When we look at Southeast Asia, it's quite diverse. We look at how many countries we have up there. If we look at India, India's really 8 countries in one. There's 8 languages there. How important is localization? I'll start with Hannah.
Yeah, actually, for operators, it's very important to have like locals whenever, depending on your target market. Like say, for example, if you're doing Indonesian market, you need somebody who's like speaking Bahasa, and if you want to target Bali, it's gonna be a different language as well. And especially for the localization are the payment gateways, because we wanted to give our clients the most convenient way in how they're going to deposit and withdraw their winnings, right? Because if it's really a hard time for them like to deposit, then how are we going to build their trust on how they're going to like withdraw once they win, right? So localization is very important in telemarketing or telesales, because they're doing inbound and outbound. just to, if you feel that you have the same nationality, if I'm the player and then I'm talking with the same nationality, definitely I have the trust to begin with. Yeah.
Wonderful. Bhavesh.
Yeah, so touching on that, she's the expert on Indonesia. So yeah, on other markets, it's also very true. I'll take one example of Malaysia. Malaysia has three main languages. You have English, you have Chinese, simplified Chinese, and you have Malay. So that is already a big headache for you as an operator when it comes to your customer service, when it comes to the translations on your website, and always get a local to help you with the translations, get a local to help you with the customer support. Like Hannah was saying, trust is built there. And it's always funny when I go to friends' operator websites and I see the English is perfectly fine, but when it's translated into Chinese, it is really, really funny. I mean, you can go online and Google and you can find in China, they've got like the Chinese letters, which you totally understand. And then at the bottom is a funny, funny English. So it's exactly the same. And when a player comes into a website and sees that, I guarantee you, you're going to have a very large drop-off rate. So rely on locals. I think AI may be able to help in the future, but for now, like Hannah was saying, telesales, well, AI can never replace telesales, that's for sure. And in Asia, telesales is very, very good at conversion. So same nationality, same accent, same language. So bottom line, don't think that Southeast Asia works like the rest of the world. Simple as that.
I like to
may want to
add some
something on
point.
AI.
Saying you mentioned, since you mentioned the AI and can solve the problem, which our company, our experience already tried to put 30% of our revenue into AI to research for the Q1 and the Q2. So right now Q3, as you say, the Southeast Asia market is being attacked every single day. We are defending for our operator. And at the same time, we're using AI to solve most of the problem. I would say 95%. We've been solved the problem through the AI. And even the localization language problem can be done by AI easily. So I think 2023 is a remarkable year. As Elon Musk said, right? AI is far more dangerous than the nukes. This is a true weapon that we can use and to make this year become a turning point. And South Asian market is very beautiful that we can enter in.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
AI, I think is, like I said, it's going to be the future, but I think it's not there yet, because if you were to go to ChatGPT and you ask ChatGPT to, for example, write me a resume, it will write perfectly. But when you read through it, you, as a human being, you can feel something is off. But I think with more time and more research done into AI, it can be a perfect human copy. And that is when AI can help with content, can help with affiliates and also translations, everything. But in Asia, telesales, you still need humans. You can't replace that. So.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, for modernized technology, AI is really recommended. Like because before, way back, all the live chat applications being integrated into the front end has a message translator. But with AI, they can really like converse with the clients. But of course, locals per market is really a must because of the promotions. You know, the culture or like the priorities of the clients. You have to know whether what games they are in, what is the influence of their local games versus the modernized games on site. Yeah.
Thank you. While we're on AI, Peter, what's the role of AI in the security business?
It's really interesting because, again, you know, we were used to just DDoS attacks in the old days. Now we have to deal with API and you know, website kind of attacks, and now we have the AI problem, right? So the best way is to demonstrate by example. Okay, so here in March, a Filipino-based online gaming company's customer support center, I think it was using the Live 100 chat app or whatever to support their clients. And you know, you've got people coming in from the outside, creating and starting conversations. You've got internal conversations going on using this. And this particular conversation started with one of the customer agents. And it was a thing called Chatty Goblin. Maybe somebody's heard of that, but Chatty Goblin is basically a virus, for want of a better word, that has been emanating from China since October 2021. So anyhow, it's actually a chatbot or a robot that started this conversation with the benefit of AI capability, right? And it was masqueraded as the internal IT guy sending a link to say, click this file, it's an update for your Chat Live 100 app. Now, the difference as well, because of this AI, is it's multi-staged. They open the door into your network. It could be months or years before they actually execute, right? So the first stage is they're now inside. They're looking at everything in your systems. Then they execute a second file, and it's called Super Unhooker, I think it's called. This is exactly what happened to this Filipino company this March, right? Super Unhooker. Super Unhooker installs an executable, zipped, password-protected file. So even your internal IT guys, if they are aware of it, they can't do anything with it. They can't delete it. They can't access it. And then the final stage is a thing called a cobalt beacon called Duck Live. That was the name of it. Now, Duck Live is effectively, the gates open and they're all over your network. And so this particular company was seriously harmed in terms of breach of data. They stole the client details, credit cards, everything. And, the reputational damage along with the financial implication of that is just unmeasurable, right? It could be end of company kind of time. So again, mentioning the VAPT and all that kind of stuff. But I think, if anyone's looking to learn the three key requirements in properly protecting yourself, the staffing requirement and retention of talent is a problem. So find a good partner that you can outsource to. But you need three things. DDoS, somebody mentioned, is getting cheaper and cheaper. If you host on our cloud environment, for example, in Taiwan, it's free. You're protected for DDoS for free. It's like, using internet transit. It's going to be free eventually. Mobile calls will be free. Everything will be free. The intelligence is in the security operations center outsourced. So endpoint detection and remediation capability, API protection, and obviously the web application and the DDoS side of it as well. So yeah, AI is going to create havoc with cybersecurity attacks. And the problem is this particular call agent, when they look through the detail and the background of the conversation, it's almost impossible to detect that this was a robot. They learn within a few sentences how you communicate, and they start talking to you, and it's just quite incredible. So it's wonderful technology, but beware.